So something interesting that I've observed as we're in this tail end of winter, early spring, is that the sheep have been craving food with higher tannin content, like pine trees. I'll show you. See, they've stripped everything they could reach off of that one. Isn't that something? So, tannins, as I understand it, are like something that the sheep will do. You can see there's some pine branches there. They'll eat that stuff as a way to self-medicate, which makes sense because they've been on this ground and you can see it's well mucked up. And they probably picked up a little bit of stress from eating off the ground over the course of the winter. So I've cut a couple of little pine trees down, and let's see if we can get them to eat them. All right. Oops. I threw a Christmas tree in about a month ago and they ate it bare. So this is going to just kind of be an interesting experiment to see what they do with these pine trees I cut out. One thing I've noticed is the sheep. Look at this girl. Is she pregnant or what? Look at. So we're getting close. We have about 5 weeks to go before they should pop out. So we'll probably got about a month before early ones start popping. And I have some limping going on. You see my two. This is my George Heller ram, and that's the brown ram, and they're both kind of gimpy. He's healing up, and I think he just got freshly kicked or stepped on or something. But behind them, you can see they're going after the pine boughs, and that gives you an idea. So just something you can do for your sheep if you got pesky. Like, I hate these eastern red cedars anyway. They're kind of a shit tree. I mean, a crap tree. Sorry for people with children. And if the sheep can make use of them, then win-win-win. So we have these right here that should get us to early March. And then we have 8 more that should get us to April. And then we're going to try to start grazing, I think. At least that's the hope with how mild everything's been. I'm hoping grass gets going. Otherwise, we'll have to start pulling squares out of the barn. I'm finding any excuse to step away from my desk and come out here in this good weather and check on the animals. After even a mild winter, any day like this that's sunny and warm feels like medicine to me. Just like these sheep have the medicine of these pine trees. Yeah, so that's what they did over the last couple of weeks. So we'll give them some scrubby pine trees from these woods up here and let them treat themselves. And just a couple of days later, that's what's left of those trees that I threw in. They really needed the high tannin content, it looks like. I might go search for some more. You can see they're all down there on this very, very cold morning, eating away. But I just thought I'd come and check on these trees, and boy, did they get them. There's just not a lot to that. Ouch. There we go. So you can eat some of that. Okay. Yeah, so everyone's doing well. We've had some wild weather. It was like 60 degrees. And then it went down to like -5 overnight, and it's like 10, 15, but it's going to be 60 by the afternoon. I don't know. I'm sure it's putting stress on the animals. So, but I just wanted to show you this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It works. It's pretty cool. And we're back into the mid-40s again. Back in a sweater, shirt sleeves. But I was just kind of walking around while the water fills up. And these sheep are starting to look a little pregnant. You see, they're starting to look a little round, which is really good. Well, yeah, come here. It's all right. This British White really doesn't like these dogs. I guess George's dogs must have been nicer than mine or something, because she doesn't care for them at all. Yeah, and so we're starting to see some animals round out a little bit. Particularly the sheep. Some of the cows are definitely looking pregnant, like this Red Angus. She's starting to get a heavy belly. But she's got, I think 3 more months to go. So we got a ways to go yet. But the sheep have about a month and a half to go, and you can see they're rounding into form. If you look at, first they're full. Oh goodness, boy. First they're full, and then also, look at all this alfalfa hay we gave them today. But yeah, they are definitely starting to look a little pregnant, a little round in the belly here. Look at that. Look at that girl. She's definitely got a few in her. I hope somebody from the UK watches this occasionally. I doubt it. My demographic is pretty much the US and Canada. But I always wondered why. I don't quite understand the financials of scanning sheep. I mean, it must cost quite a bit of money. And so I don't understand the point of scanning sheep unless there's some the rhyme. I'm sure there's a rhyme and reason. I can't figure it out for the life of me. You'll find out when they have lambs, and then you can get rid of the ones that don't do what you want, whether they're bad mothers or they're open or anything. Oh, look at her. She got a big bite of alfalfa. And so, yeah, it's just, I don't quite understand the expense of doing something like that. Look at this one. Look how tame she is. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have an open one, but I had a couple of bad mothers, and we just get rid of them last year, and we'll get rid of them this year. And there's a few runters in here that I'm sure aren't bred, like this scruffy little... Whoa! Holy crap, I just about got codswalloped. Anyway, I mean, there are some runty ones in here that I doubt got bred. We'll just get rid of them. Should be no problem. This is a nice looking steer, isn't it? I had somebody ask me why I steered him. Well, he was born last May, so it'd be that time where I'd have to, think about separating him. And he's still nursing, so I can get some size off of his mother. I won't pretend like I really understand cattle in an intuitive way like I do with sheep, where I can pick a pretty good one, from experience and with my eyeballs. And he looks all right, and, his nuts were fine before I removed them, but, yeah, I wasn't certain, and so until I really know what I'm looking at and I feel comfortable, because I don't want to give somebody bad stock, I'm not going to sell, bulls. That'll come later. Yeah. And I've been thinking I might have to get him out of here, because again, she was born last May too, so she could come into heat sometime. And I don't quite want her to yet. It's not time yet. I'd like to wait till July. But this guy is the key to improving this kind of mutt group of cows that we got. I would call most of them pretty good, middle to pretty good. But this is what I want to duplicate here in my steers, my bulls. I want to pass along good traits to the heifers too. But everyone is loving this weather. This is like perfect cow weather here. You're curious, aren't you, huh? What you gonna do? That's the first time she's gotten near me. That's pretty cool. This guy, he doesn't care. Yeah, he's a tame old boy. Looking good, looking